everyone, welcome to Milwaukee Music Lessons. My name is Alex Bennett. In today's video, we are going to go over the drums and the shuffle technique. Shuffle is very, very popular in rock and blues, and there's also some underlying elements of how this applies to swing as well. So if you're interested in that, then pay attention to this video because it's going to be a great, great help here. So let's start by first just demonstrating what a shuffle is, and then we can talk about its elements and how it's different from a normal beat. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now you've seen the shuffle in action. Let's talk about what it is and how it's a little bit different here. So if you listen to this beat, you might have noticed that it's a little bit more off kilter than our normal beat. That's because our normal beat uses straight eighth notes. A straight eighth note is a nice, even, consistent distance from each other, and they're always divided in groups of 2. So when we're counting straight eighth notes, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But a shuffle utilizes triplets, and triplets, as the name kind of implies, are in groups of 3 instead of groups of 2. So when you count triplets, there's a 1 and, but there's also a third syllable, the which is the last hit coming in, right? Those are still symmetrical, but they're just in groups of 3 now instead of groups of 2. So a triplet might sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now a shuffle, when you're playing along with these triplets, utilizes primarily the first beat, the number, the 1 in this case. It will skip over the and then it will use the so it gives you because you're skipping the second beat, that's what gives you that oblong feeling, kind of like a wheel that isn't perfectly circular. It like bounces. There's a hit, and then there's a pause, and then a quick stutter at the ends that makes up for it. And that's again because we're skipping the and. We're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and All right, so we've broken down what the shuffle is. Now that we've broken it down, let's talk about how you can use it on the drum set, right? In the first demonstration that I did, I primarily used the hi-hat as the keeper of the shuffle, but the hi-hat doesn't have to be the only thing. Obviously, you can use other stuff like the ride as well, but the kicks and the snares are certainly allowed to come in as part of that too, to be kind of your main keeper. So in this demonstration, I'll use a lot more kick and snare and just let the hi-hat kind of sit more or less on the quarter notes, and then we'll switch it up a couple times and give a few different demonstrations. So let's try this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you have it, a few different demonstrations, a few different styles, ways to play the shuffle. Obviously there are so many more varieties than this, so many different genres, so many different styles, tempos, you name it. There's a whole bunch of different ways to play this beat compared to what I just did. But if you focus on the basics, right, and you get that nice, even a nice uneven sound of the shuffle. That's probably the biggest thing I notice when I hear people first try to play the shuffle, is that they're not very good at keeping it in that oblong shape, right? They're so stuck on the straight eighth notes that they miss out on, what really makes the shuffle the shuffle. So, start by practicing it slowly. If it's not something that you've done before, practice it slowly. Make sure that you're counting. Count out loud. Do not be afraid to count out loud. Some people feel really silly when they count out loud, but trust me, it is worth your time. If you skip that step, you're going to have a hard time creating a nice, even, consistent beat with your shuffle. So, anyways, that should do it for today's video. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to hit me up. You can either, leave comments if you're watching this on YouTube, or feel free to email me directly. My name is Alex Bennett, and we will see you guys in the next video.